Hello everyone, welcome back to the second channel, Zaki number 2. In this video we're going to be looking at Team Dignitas versus Team TSM. You may remember that yesterday I posted some reaction videos to Sentinels versus Gen G and Immortals. It might have been really great games. Literally after I stopped watching those, after I stopped reacting to those, I literally stopped the stream, stopped watching everything so I can watch everything now with the first impression. Right now we're about to watch Dignitas versus TSM. Let's get straight into it.
Because we're going to see what TSM actually brings to the table. Do they try and give us some different looks and be a bit more creative and give away some of their strategies that they may potentially be bringing to the table in the playoffs? Or do they try to do the thing that they attempted to do in that last game and play reserved? And as for Dignitas and what they do here, we're going to be keeping our eyes on the new addition to this team, Shanks, because he had a standout performance in day one, and then day two, it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions to be answered, and it all starts with the pistol. We've got pressure on the A short position from Dig, so they're going to use a paranoia. I would expect to see if they can get some value there. Smoke into the mid window as well. We get the typical sort of defaulting, just creating some presence towards the A side of the map. We're going to see that from Cypher.
Okay, so TSM is trying to move on to C. Quick intel on...
Yeah, he just needs to stay alive and try and just provide some value. Delay it for as long as he can, but Hayes is going to make quick work out of that one. They have already managed to take control of the C site right out of the gate here. Spike is down. Now they'll have to play for this retake. They will have at least a paranoia to try and go into this site.
TSM's doing alright so far. 5v3 right now, of course. Phoenix is low. Oh no. 3v2. Oh, Dignitas is bringing us back, but Subrosa stops the...
Is going to line it up there against Som, but it's 70 HP Superman versus two members of TSM. One member is actually going to be dangerously low. It's Subrosa.
And Superman taking Subrosa out like that, and now it's a 1v1 situation.
But it's not going to be enough from the garage door as the challenge comes through. And
Cutler brings it back though. Oh wow. That was actually quite close.
That was so close. It was really interesting there.
GG's.
We had Poise on the Sage, who had the Sage wall, I believe, but Poise went down almost immediately. And the whole plan was that they play retake on C effectively, or at worst they can do so with B. But that's why you got the Cypher there. He's going to delay for as long as possible. That was pretty disgusting from Subrosa. He's been hitting the aim trainers early on this morning. It's going to be interesting to see if Dig can find.
Can you hear that? I'm hoping you can. Let's turn it up a bit.
TSM's approach. Again, you do want to see if you can thin out the numbers and not allow all of these pistols to, or you have to presume that they're shorties lurking around every corner, and you have to try to use some of your utility to deal with this. This is one example of that. You get drone, and so they use the paranoia on the drone, so that denies the information as to what's going on in this position, which is huge.
Shanks is ready, bro. Shanks is ready.
to creep around. He ends up getting popped there.
And TSM no. Oh. Maybe he wasn't ready.
And I love that little bit of cat and mouse that we saw with the drone and the
But I don't think they're anticipating Superman to be on the other side. Of course, hazed. Quickly takes that poised.
Someone surely has to be there. They do the work, they force him out, and now you got a 2v5 here that Dig have to deal with.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that Poise went a little bit too far there. This is such a typical way to play these rounds. You put a huge amount of pressure. This is very
TSM.
Put a huge amount of pressure towards the A side of the map. You force the rotation, and the rotation...
Is this going to be... Is this going to be an easy game for TSM? That's the question. TSM have dominated the headlines, at least. I believe they won the FaZe Clan Valorant Invitational. I might be wrong there. I think they did, though, versus Sentinels. I can't remember exactly. But Dignitas obviously is quite a new signing, if I remember correctly, or at least newer than TSM. TSM started pretty early on in Valorant. Is this going to be an easy game? I haven't actually watched Dignitas play maybe ever, potentially. I can't remember the last time I did, at least. So I don't know how well Dignitas plays as a team. And TSM clearly does have a really strong, not just a strong team, but a strong synergy. They know how to play this game as a team quite nicely, and they've definitely had the practice, of course. Dignitas has some very, very good players, but they haven't had the same time in the field that TSM have had. But you know, Dignitas did just get a pick on TSM, and actually TSM's looking a bit weaker than Dignitas right now, so how could this go?
Of course, they get that lurk towards and the presence towards a lobby and a long as you typically do, but it was just, you know,
TSM all in one position, but it doesn't look like Dignitas is going to flank them. Who knows?
Dig still with 5 players,
but Superman is ready for that.
There as well to back him up. He's got a paranoia also, and surely there's a response paranoia.
And now they know that they're coming, and he's ready. If he doesn't get this shot, bro, I'm sorry. There we go. It had to happen. And Dignitas brings it back. But honestly, that's just one of those cases where TSM, without even knowing what they were really walking into, I should say, we're just walking into something that Dignitas was perfectly set up for. Now, if TSM moved, you know, to C or something like that, or maybe B or something, that may not have turned out the same way.
I think just in general for not really showing up in that Cloud9 match, he seemed to have just been neutralized completely.
It's interesting watching Sam, though, because I personally have come from Fortnite to a certain extent, and Sam did incredibly well in Fortnite Esports, at the very early stages at least. So to see him play well in Valorant is very interesting to watch. And good on you, Sam. If you're watching this, which I know you're not, but if you're watching this, good on you.
Clear out some of these trips and try to just create some threat towards this A side, clear out these close positions, spots that Superman is
nice, run it back. Oh my. But Shanks gets a quick. Nice.
And give time for the rotation for Dig. Yeah, and I'm almost certain that
right, Wardell's got to do something here. 3 versus 5. I say 3v5, it's a 4v5, but obviously Cypher's quite low, so that's difficult.
Just going to be playing this one out slowly because they have
nice hit again from Shanks. Is Shanks an op master? That is the question. What's going to happen here?
He's anticipating the closer to push up, but what's going to happen potentially? Oh, he had to have seen. Oh
my god!
Just the fact that that gun just it popped up for a brief moment, and then look at that camera. Oh man, that's a camera Sean would really appreciate.
Yeah, that's really good work there from Dig on this defense, and it's not going to be too much that is really left to do.
This is very interesting to watch. This is one of my first impressions with Dignitas, and they're doing it. TSM is widely regarded, if not, yeah, it's widely regarded as one of the best, if not the best team in NA. I know a lot of people would disagree with that, but just in terms of from what I've seen around the place, people definitely do see both Sentinels and TSM as incredibly strong teams with an A.
Always helps, you know. As you said for Sub-Rosa, right? Maybe Shanks hit that aim trainer a little early on. Always a plus.
Double off as well here. Ooh,
what is Shanks doing, bro? He's literally doing what Wardell does to other people to Wardell. Like, Wardell is the op master. And Dignitas are just coming back.
Granted, yesterday Cloud9 they got bodied for lack of a better term, but if he can actually step this up against Wardell,
they
get Wardell frustrated, that will be a huge benefit to this Dignitas team as they try to take this series and move on into the playoffs when everyone else has effectively written them out. Now, Poise will have a snipe on one side, and then you're going to have Shanks bringing the op over towards C as well. Here comes the paranoia. Now Som's there to receive, manages to get one, and it's just very clean, these defensive holds here for
GG's. Fair play, Dignitas. Fair play. It's what they have here though is just that Shanks is pulling off a great shot right now, same as Sam and Superman. And overall, it just seems to be really good team synergy. But TSM also does seem to be walking straight into whatever Dignitas have set up, which is really bad for them. The question therefore then becomes is A, who's going to switch up the strategy first, because TSM at this point will want to switch up their strategy, and also how is this going to work out when the roles reverse, when TSM have to be on defense? How is that going to work out?
And TSM have to check for these things. They can't just allow that space to go for free. So this buys a lot of time. Very cheap. This is a free smoke and then 100 credit investment.
Get the kill here.
Oh
And
my.
Psalm was inside of his drone.
Bro.
Watching his teammates back, so smart. And now that means that they're going to have that player advantage here. Also, be on the lookout for that Hunter's Fury too, because if they do try to get onto site, you can really just see Psalm taking that from all the way back in the defender side. He's done that before, and he's done that to great effect in the past.
And that cam in mid now from Color can see basically everything. Sorry, from Dev can see everything in mid. They have vision on C long, so they know it's A right now.
So they're interested in A. But Dignitas is ready for that too. And what's interesting is not only are they ready for A, but they're also ready for C. Of course, Sage is moving over to A to help out with that a bit. I think because Dignitas now know that TSM is in that vicinity, Psalm gets a quick take. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, but Wardell comes back and Shanks comes back with it. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was not expecting this. I wasn't expecting this. But of course, we're only very still early into the game. A lot could happen. TSM could come back and they could slam. It'll be interesting to see.
But as we said, TSM have to re-clear those positions because they cannot allow Dig to be playing in mid. So Dig know that, so they drone out to just double check if that's what's happening to get the info. And TSM try to punish the info, and the setup was there.
Shanks did not get the jump he
we're back.
Came out of the garage door, so he's gonna back up.
Okay, so we're not going A this time. Sort of trying to go mid, you know, B, C area. Psalm gets all the intel that he wants. He know. Oh my gosh, why are they not? That took a bit too long to destroy that recon. Because now they just know where they are, and honestly, Dignitas is ready. It seems. Okay, so TSM now look like they want C, but Shanks has complete. Oh, what's gonna happen here? Oh my.
He's been on fire today as well, DDK.
Absolutely,
bro, this is
they're playing this map with their composition and with the way that they're using Sage.
TSM have got some something to do here. They've got to do something here.
Find their way in, but there's just so much to deal with. The paranoia will come through. There's just so many bodies behind this site. It's so hard. Drone will be able to pick off Dev. Shanks has popped the daggers. He's going to miss that one. Drone is absolutely lethal with that Sheriff, and he's going to make it hurts, but inevitably...
Well, GG's to Drone. Like, that was a good try.
Oh my god,
But,
big setups here.
Dignitas is doing very well.
Very quickly want to just go over it. Having Sage with the Ice Orbs at the back of C is really awesome for an anchor because of the amount of delay is always going to be enough here. And just seeing this, when you see this dark cover, how deep it is, it's because people want to move behind it. There's one of the reasons why you're not using Brimstone and no Brimstone smoke, because you can look over the Brimstone smoke when you're on top of the C site. So Shanks understood that smoke was a tell that they're moving behind it, and it gets a free kill out of it. So Digger just really in the heads of TSM at this point.
Now, TSM's going to need to figure out a way to make some adjustments happen, right? They've been basically struggling on A.
Again, my biggest question here is what happens when TSM goes to defense? Because we all know that these games can just switch. As soon as the roles rotate, as soon as, you know, you switch sides, everything can change. Everything can change.
Freaking valuable that... Yeah, wall may be weaker. Res is like great. It's okay. It's good. But the slow orbs are so strong.
Yeah, it's all the kit's all so good. The ice wall as well. Like there's some conventional ways people use it, but it's extremely versatile. And either way, we will see Dig 5-2 now, looking to compound the advantage. Psalm is going to pick off. He's going to get the second one. So much damage.
Just like that, you know? Just like that.
The blind server ult at the beginning is really good for punishing defaults because you can pretty reliably know at the early timings of the round where they're going to be grouping up. So Psalm gets an early kill. And we have to know who is that kill on.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Phoenix is gone. That's very important. Okay, not just pinging as opposed to tagging to keep the camera alive. But they understood that because why else would he be standing there looking at his watch or whatever he looks at?
I always wonder that as well, you know.
Yeah, is it like a
really
app or
advanced
something?
Yeah, really advanced hand. Something along those lines. All right, well, Hayes is going to go right in the back of enemy
And
here, but Dev's going to be playing a very aggressive
oh,
up front. Does manage to take out Cutler. Hayes is there for the response, though, and what they're going to be a little cautious about is the fact that you have a player inside of Heaven, but Shanks has been on
bro.
all of his shots. Wardell, though, will get his revenge against Shanks. Now it leaves it into a 3v2 retake opportunity here for the defense. For Dignitas.
This is good for TSM, except what's going to happen here?
With one shot right here. He is tagged, so his options are going to be
okay, that
limited, though. Superman pushes that one immediately. Now it's
that was an opportunity, and it just didn't go his way.
As Superman will end that approach for TSM.
Bro, there's no way that Dignitas is gonna.
They're snowballing this horribly for TSM. I did not expect this to happen.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's looking very similar to.
People are roasting Wardell in the Twitch chat right now, bro.
Well, their defense went, and it wasn't just some of the anti-stratting because we did.
This is crazy, bro. I was not expecting this at all. I really wasn't. This is mad.
The smaller ingressions and just playing the rotations super well, playing the information game incredibly well, and I think their composition.
Like the entire roster is negative right now, which isn't necessarily surprising, but as in it's surprising considering that they're losing right now. But you know, it's interesting.
We're on a buy here from TSM. We'll see a quick drone down by drone towards the A short position to clear out some of those close spots. You can see that Superman's not playing there. Clears out a trip as well. That's also brilliant. That's a great use of that drone. And now that they've cleared those positions, they've got Sabrosa deeper into short. They can try to default out a little bit, create presence elsewhere before committing.
Oh man, Shanks is going for this here. Shanks is going, and you know.
How is he pulling this off? Bro, how is Shanks pulling this off?
And I think that Shanks had to have taken a look at that vibe.
I didn't know he was this good with the ARP.
Hayes was like that dude at sea.
That might be because I don't watch him, but fair play to Shanks here. Like, credit where credit's due.
It gives them even more information and even more confidence to try and own this game. And look at this camera. I mean, he's been in this camera for so long.
They are all there. This could be good for TSM. This could be good for TSM. This is good for TSM.
This is looking decent here for TSM.
Still up, Alex. The cam is still up.
Yeah, they still have intel. They don't know they finally took it.
It was alive for way too long, though. And now they're starting to swarm the site for the retake, and it's looking rather hopeless. Cutler stuck on the side, trying to survive here.
He can't move around that.
They are managing to trade out some of these kills, but look at Def
oh my.
Find his way onto Sabrosa, and there goes a neural theft, leaving just drone from the short position.
Oh my.
He is alone, and there go the peaks from Poised.
They can't even get good post play. Well, the camera was a huge problem there. TSM do like to favor that corner plant, but they just didn't have the freedom to do so because they didn't know. Like,
I mean, hold up. So let's not forget how strong TSM is generally as a team, right? So they won, like I said, I'm pretty sure they won the FaZe Clan Valorant Invitational. That was only a few weeks ago. They're a strong team. This is surprising. I wasn't expecting this at all. I really wasn't. That's partially because I don't really look at Dignitas' stream anyway, and I haven't really watched a lot of their games, but this is a very good at first impression for me.
So right now, Dig know everything all the time.
Okay, so the first flipping shot that Shanks actually misses until there you go.
I don't know, Hayes just dodging all over the place.
They're literally playing around. They're like, "Oh, Hayes, you want to go ahead and send that dark cover deep? Go on, buddy. We really appreciate your patronage to give me some additional cover."
But, sorry to cut you off, Alex. We actually have Superman. He's about to ruin their day. They're going to rotate into the A site. Superman's in a position.
Oh my, bro!
Caught the spike there. That would have ended the round. But Spike does make it through.
Oh my!
Maybe with the forward position. Maybe no, definitely not. Sam is going to take down both Sabrosa and Cutler. So
I don't even know what to say at this point, bro. I don't even know what to say.
Like you've always got to give it to Drone that he could.
Dignitas just has it right now.
Yeah, as good as he is, he had what 25 HP and not a lot of room to work with. He was getting.
It's interesting as well because when this first started, right, everyone was dissing Dignitas in the Twitch chat. They were like, you know, TSM win, Dignitas sucks, this, that, and the other. And it's just gone completely the opposite way now. Everyone in the chat is saying is saying some stuff about TSM, and they're actually highlighting the fact that the Fortnite player is popping off, which, to be fair, Psalm is. I mean, he has, what, 13 kills and 7 assists here? Like...
And, oh, I love this. We're seeing this again. A setup to get a deep camera in mid. And this is so awesome. It looks like an aggression. You're on your guard, but it's all about getting that camera in mid. Look at the position on the camera as well. That's actually insane. Has it even been spotted? We're getting the pinging. It does get spotted. So, you know, well done from TSM for that. But that aggressive cam placement is so cool. I love that. Now the question is whether TSM can convert some of this early...
I honestly would love to say what I think is going to happen, but I have absolutely no clue here. TSM at this point, their comms must just be interesting, to say the least. And I feel like they have to have thought at this point that they have to change their game plan. What that means, however, is a different story. We don't know, so...
Superman will be in a position just to try and hold them off with the paranoia. That's going to connect with 3 of them, so they're going to wait this one out here. More delay. Psalm is going to be delayed on the outside, too. Just backing away from this one as more members of Dignitas are going to start to...
The thing is that Dignitas can afford this loss, and it looks like they're going to have to, because TSM actually has it in the bag this time. Waddell actually getting a double kill there. At Dignitas is actually they're hurting in this round, and TSM is enjoying it. It looks like. Imagine if Poise got all of them. Well, GG's to TSM. They needed it. Like.
They still hold on to this lead, a sizable one, man. And I said before, respectable at this point is going to be 8-4 for TSM.
Absolutely. I want to take a quick moment here to talk about the dark cover that goes on C long, because it may be confusing for some people, and they may be thinking, why don't you just send the dark cover further, deeper, so you can, just like not have any jump peaks possible from the top of C. The reason is because you want to deny as much information as possible, and you want to suggest that it could be possible that the entire attacking team could contact right out of that smoke, and then if they contact out of it, they're on the site. So that's the advantage of it.
Okay, so is TSM going to have a comeback here? Because they need it at this point. At least for this game, obviously.
And Hayes is just making the TP sound to make it sound like he's TP to the cubby there, so...
They also did play out a camera and it got destroyed pretty fast. Seems like Def went really deep into long to place a camera, and then it was removed instantly.
So they could actually set up a C fake here, possibly, because...
This is interesting.
C, and it was pinged out by
this is really interesting.
Here.
Okay, so TSM have had that. Now Dignitas knows exactly what's happening. Oh, wow. Is this TSM's comeback?
Get behind him with the teleport as well, but Poise gets the kill. Oh boy, now we're going to be in a situation of a 2v3 here, as we have, I think this is, okay, they have one on the flank, Superman. He's just waiting for the opportunity. Shanks is still going to be alive as well. They did neural theft, so they got some intel, but the kill came through. Now it's going to be a 2v2. Both players are going to be located inside of B. They know this, so Spike now in play.
Okay, TSM is looking pretty strong here. I mean, somewhat. It's still 2v2, but this is better than what we've seen for the previous, like, 11 rounds, so...
create some vision blockage for them, which is going to come in the form of that cloudburst.
Only thing is... Okay, then. Everything I was about to say has just been invalidated. And... oh...
He does manage to pick up one kill. Now it's just going to boil down to him versus Sub Rosa. He knows exactly where he's going to be. He's trying to use the coverage of that ledge here to give him a little
oh, there we go.
Instead, it is going to be Sub Rosa.
Is this TSM's comeback?
Play the edge of the doorway just to give him a little bit more of an advantage to back away.
It looks like it.
8-4 is what TSM gets out of their attack. Now they'll be on defense.
And this is the thing, is that now they're on defense. What's about to happen? You know, when you switch sides, certain teams are just stronger with different sides than others, so...
Suggesting they TP to see Cubby, and we get to see that Shanks actually pings that to his team, which suggests that they're taking that information for granted. So that's like really cool. That's a cool, it's almost like having the team comms.
Yeah,
almost. It's really cool. But, moving into the second half here, I feel like TSM, they got enough rounds to not feel like they're going to be absolutely shut out of this one, but certainly there's a lot of pressure in winning this pistol.
That's true. That's true.
Given how Dig struggled on the offense,
they can still bring this back, but it's going to be quite the journey.
with this composition, though, they won't quite be able to be nearly as aggressive with the triple duelists, but they will have that flash for the paranoia to prevent any kind of control here. So there's going to be that trap wire here on site. Oh, okay, interesting. So as they go into B,
So they want B. And they're making it clear.
They do have players on the flank, though.
Sabrosa are getting a quick thing on death.
3 players are actually going to be circling out there. While that's going on, the action continues inside
But
B.
Dignitas is bringing it back. It's interesting, 3v3, very similar 3v situation actually.
Continues to be a problem outside. They're going to use hot hands to deal with that.
TSM's getting it good here.
TSM does have the advantage. Wardell gets the kill. Sabrosa has been on.
Well, TSM's bringing it back then.
And that is TSM getting a critical pistol that they needed at the start of this to get them right back into this game.
It's a really big pickup. And
Is this really going to be a comeback for TSM, bro? The only bias that I have as of right now is I'm a bit tired. And yeah, I'm a bit tired. So I mean, I want TSM to win for TSM's sake, and I want Dignitas to win for Dignitas' sake. I also want to go to bed at some point in the next 7 hours, and the longer this match goes, nah, I mean, there is some truth to that, but obviously, let's see what happens. It looks like it was going to be a quick game, but in terms of the 8-4 that we saw, or the 8-3, I think, at one point. And already, TSM bringing it back. Oh dear, I don't like yawning in videos, but there you go.
Now they don't have to worry about getting burst by 5 players, which is scary.
C though is going to be open, but they don't have the guns to try and hold this off, especially if Superman try as you might. But that Spectre will connect.
This is now becoming TSM's game again, it seems.
That information that Superman was inside of C, thus giving them the info that, hey, they're going to try and push this one over here.
Oh, that is...
down right in front. A clean round for TSM within 2. Flawless as expected, considering
TSM is bringing it back. 8-6. Like that, you know? That's pretty crazy.
What will happen on the internet if Dig actually beat TSM?
I don't know. You know, as they were just slapping them in that 8-round stint that they picked up, I was like,
the internet will never be the same again.
No, it won't. Like the tweets, think about the material that Doa's going to have.
Oh my god.
Right? It's going to be awesome.
All right, so this is going to be the first gun round between these two teams on the second half, and it looks like there's going to be more mid-presence right from the get-go from Dig.
I like that they're playing aggressive with these Spectres and Bulldogs, though. They're just forcing them out of A, pushing them back, and then making them rethink whatever this strategy is going to be here. They didn't quite commit to it, so they don't get anything, but they do manage to just get the peace of mind to know that they're not going to be pushing this right now.
It's a good response from Dig as well to realize, oh, they've actually walled off towards the C side here, and this actually, all the players at TSM are towards...
They were just... I can't believe they just did that.
Maybe they misread this one completely, and...
Oh my.
They are just out positioned.
I couldn't believe they were doing that, though, because maybe they just didn't see TSM coming. They just straight up were planting the spike right in front of them.
They would have actually accomplished the impossible. And this
again, maybe they were seeing, or maybe we were seeing TSM and they weren't.
They wanted to shut down that aggressive and
well, this might just be back. This is it, basically. I mean, TSM have it back again. I mean, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen for the next few rounds, but this is crazy.
A fighting chance, but they went left, and you're like, why are you left? I don't think they knew the numbers because the dark cover block.
And this just goes to show that when I was saying about when they change sides, things can just change like that, and that's exactly what's happening here, and it's crazy.
Shot, so maybe they just thought it was only 2, and they thought maybe they were favoring 3 on the left.
Yeah, it's hard to say why they read it like that, but that's so unfortunate because, as you said, that one simple thing cost them everything, unfortunately for them. But it's great for TSM. TSM close to evening up the scoreline and really removing some of the pressure. Oh, that's a great pickup from Sabrosa. Takes out the camera, and look at this. He's just clearing out any possible presence. That deep ice orb isn't really going to mean too much, but at the same time, Dig will take garage control. But the problem is that Sabrosa by himself has just worked out that they aren't playing towards A right now.
Oh my, Cutler just got hit hard.
And a good trade too. So Color's going to hold the cannon just so that this way he's going to be the one that actually impacts the highest amount of damage early on. If he dies, it's not a big deal. They can still get Wardell that gun. Wardell going to be playing the rifle since he's healthier on the C position. All of Dignitas, though, still going to be lingering about here. Spike is, though, located at Garden. So there, while this is going on, while 3 members of Dig are creating this commotion, there's movement happening toward A, and that is just such a smart play to do this. If they get this Spike down on an eco, it'd be awesome for them.
Yeah,
Hey, he's getting a quick thing on Shanks. TSM at this point, I feel like they've won. And the only reason I say that is because we're not seeing another side change at this point. TSM just has it right now. And nothing, I don't think I can see anything that changes that. Which, if you were to ask me 15 minutes ago if TSM were going to win this, I would have probably said absolutely not. They've proved me wrong.
The fight that ended up happening on the, I want to say that was going to be the Link fight that Sabrosa ended up succeeding on. Had that kill come through, they get that Spike down. This round actually could be quite concerning.
This is mad.
Oh yeah, completely agree. Because especially with the forward positioning out of the A site towards spawn, it can take quite a while sometimes to clear out those spots, and you can likely get a 1v1. And that's if you like win that next 1v1 with the upgraded gun. It's suddenly the round is looking very
Dignitas.
So totally agree, but
Eco is just looking poor right now. It's really unfortunate for them. Whereas obviously TSM just have it. I mean, Hazed has 8.2k credits right now. Full shield. Phantom is crazy. Now, oh, I was going to say, Wardell's getting a bit aggressive there.
Putting an extra player towards B early on. Towards mids to see if there's any switch up into a faster mid pace, but there isn't. In fact, Dig are actually slowing things down, and they're basically delaying their default a little bit here. They haven't taken any A lobby pressure. They're looking to retake things. They're looking to not get caught by aggression. And look at Sam. He's forced to use the drone at this point because they didn't do anything at the beginning of the round, and the drone is really the safest way to clear as much as possible, as cheaply as possible.
Yeah, and it doesn't really give them all that much to work off of, too. The drone just gets midway through long on A, so they are now with that info. They're going to play this C site here, but they are going to be running right into Wardell. But with the time,
it's crazy how slowly they're playing this now. Dignitas is not as confident as they once were, for understandable reasons. I mean, TSM's had a very good comeback so far.
Exposed here, and they could just push right on in. Smokes are coming out. Sabrosa is going to be the one to make first contact. Does manage to see one. They know exactly where he's going to be. And
that was smart from Sabrosa.
Staying alive inside of this is going to continue to put some fear inside of this team.
Wow, Wardell coming back with his op plays as per usual. And again. No, what?
Someone please stop this man that you got C for free.
Bruh.
Wardell wasn't going to kill you, but Wardell always finds his mark. That's 4. For the lead.
I can't believe that.
Shutting it down and giving them the lead.
That is absolute madness.
Oh, that was such a huge chance as well for
oh dear. That was madness.
There was this timing where
I can't believe he actually managed to pull that off.
Exactly, it was going to be a C play, but then that extra time, that extra 10
1, 2, so that's what 3, 4. That's mad.
Towards the A site, giving a clear B site. There was nothing here.
That's crazy, bro.
He gets one, but the whole site's given up, and they didn't spend that much utility because they didn't.
The thing to also bear in mind, though, is that for Dignitas, this isn't necessarily the worst thing ever right now. Dignitas still does have a very good chance of winning this. If they continue playing the way they have in terms of the patterns and stuff like that, then yeah, they're going to lose. But they, the first half of this, they set themselves up so well that they can actually afford to take this beating and maybe still come on top. So let's see what happens. This is a really close game now.
I do believe that Psalm got intel, that Cutler was there, but the problem is he ran right into that op. Now though, Shanks,
it's a bit awkward now because Psalm is one of, I feel like, Dignitas' stronger aggressors, and he's just been taken down. So Shanks is still around, and he's, very often doing well.
The wall's out here. it does give them the intel that they are going to be favoring B. They'll let them take this plant, and then they'll go for the retake. Poise, though, a nice kill, is actually going to bring the res back and tip the tables in their favor. Tip the odds, I should say, in their favor, bringing back their teammates. So Psalm's going to be in the fold.
That was quick. That was a quick shoot of the dart.
That's why that trap wire was placed down. Shanks is looking to hold inside of the garage.
How is TSM going to stop this? Are they? Nope. Dignitas might actually bring us back.
Now it's a 3v2. As TSM did manage to take control of site, but it's now going to be left up to Hayes by himself. He has been great in this game. Is it going to be a matter of whether or not he clutches it? No, because Def does.
What did I say?
And they're going to bring this.
What did I say? This is either of their game. The thing is that both of them have had crazy streaks, right? You know, Dignitas came out making everyone think, at least in the Twitch chat, making everyone think TSM is absolutely gonzo. Now it's gone the other way around, where everyone's thinking that Team Dignitas is going to be in a bad position, and now we're in a tie at the end of the game almost. We're probably just not going to see a big, well, we can't see a big win streak because there's literally only a few points left available for each team.
So now we start to doubt ourselves. So yeah, that just got real weird, basically.
But then, you know, Poise wrapping around flank like that too, and taking a confident play there. They even patrolled that body for Psalm and did not allow them to go in, and Poise had to make the play.
Okay, so Psalm has the intel, and so does TSM now, in terms of they know the rough positioning. Is he going to ask for backup? It looks like he has asked for backup. And now TSM is ready for A, but are they going to move to B? I can't.
And look at this movement here.
Oh, wow.
It was all about, I mean, their pressure towards A was so convincing. That kill really sells it. That kill's what forces the rotation.
They're trying to play smart now, but Wardell is ready.
Wardell to just be a clutch monster. He's going to be, as you said, completely alone on the C side. The amount of warning that he gets.
This could be really bad for TSM. And there we have it. And now TSM is just, yeah, they've been dismantled right now.
And it looks like Dig might finally be back on the board here with these last couple rounds, unless Subrosa is able to find a way to save this. But it would surely require some huge overstep from Dig, and I don't think they're going to give it to him. There's a wall on Garage, there's a smoke on Spawn, there's a trip on C-Long. Everything is accounted for as far as Dig is concerned in terms of closing the success of this round. And I'm curious now here, Alex, what does the economy look like for TSM? Where are we in terms of the...
Well, TSM have clearly just given up this round.
And Dig have just finally turned things around. It looks like there is enough cash in the bank still for TSM. So
but who knows what's going to happen? Like, at this point, you just don't know, do you?
And they're also going to get a few ultimates online in a little bit too, right? I think I saw one at 5 out of 6. Yeah, so 6 out of 7 for color. Drone's going to be 4 out of 7, but Subrose is the one I'm really going to be paying attention to. He's so effective with that run it back.
Right, so are we going to see a 13-9, or are we going to see something else?
And I think Subrose is going to be going to A. So
that is the question.
And just try and see if they can pull any information away, maybe get a kill or two out of this.
Yeah, and this is something, the run it back is a huge focal point in basically throwing a wrench into the attacking team's default. Because as you say, you know, so rightly, when we've seen Subrosa do it so many times. How many times has it been that, you know, we've seen him run up A short with a flash on his ult and just blowing up a default? That's one of the best things about it. And he's going to use that wall to trade the wall for the ult orb for the run it back.
And he gets it.
And he does indeed get it. And so now the question is, what can Wardell find here?
Oh wow, 1 HP, bro.
No way for Wardell to actually heal up, so that's at least something.
I feel like Wardell's almost as good as dead in this situation with that. That is bad for TSM. I feel like TSM is actually in an awkward position right now, though.
For some more support to say, hey, are they still there? Are they still hanging?
Potentially.
They are, as the drone has noted.
And with seeing Phoenix and Sova towards A, you're actually not expecting Cypher Util to be on A as well, so it will actually get them in. They know
Oh wow, okay. Sabrosa gets one, but Poise stops it. And now we're in a 3v3. But remember, Wardell only has 1 HP.
Very risky. They're in a 3 versus 3 though, so there are a lot of holes around the map, and they understand that Wardell is towards the C side of the map, so that's something they have to worry about. They're going to actually run a fake, I think, with the... Do they have an Omen TP or something? Okay, no, they don't. In fact, it looked like Poise was going to run a fake.
TSM has it. They have the Omen TP, and Cutler gets a big kill there in heaven.
That was a big kill.
So that's another look, and that's going to force him to have to go all the way back. They only have a few seconds remaining here. They have to make a play. They're going to do a very similar wall from what we saw in the past here. He's going to get this down. He will be able to make a res happen, but he's in no range to get anyone.
Well, now he knows that they are hungry.
He's going all the way back around to his teammate.
No way.
He's going to have to rely on his buddy to help him out here. They've left Spike alone.
That's mad. What, that's it?
What's happening is they're going to wrap around the side. Hayes is going to get the kill. He's got to get this.
No way. No way he does that.
Now Wardell with 1 HP. He's going to be watching this one with the op. They're playing around the box. He's not healthy to take this. But Shanks gets the kill.
Oh my. Oh my.
And it's going to be a huge stop there as Hayes manages to get it. And, you know, that was just risky business to go all the way out to get that red.
That was so well played, though, by both of them, to be honest. I can't believe that. That was such an emotional roller coaster. That's mad.
Why wall C instead of walling A?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the logic is, because given what they've been doing, they can only assume they pull the rotation to the A side of the map. So I don't
like
know
Poised almost actually pulled off a 200 IQ play to win the round. Hayes just had it. Hayes was not gonna let that one go.
To pick up Shanks for the res, which makes sense because of the op, but oh man, that is just a wild play that we saw, and admirable from Dignitas to try to make the best of a bad situation there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, TSM have money. If they lose this round, they could actually cobble together a buy, especially if they save a gun, they would actually have a full buy in the following round. Dig, on the other hand, if Dig loses this round, they are going to be struggling for a buy here. This is a really hugely important round. There's not really much in the way of ultimates going on here for either side, as we see Drone going for the swing from window, a committed play into the A side, mixing things up. Dig haven't done this so far, but it looks like TSM are going to be ready.
Both of them are like basically in the same position right now.
And Dig, they've got the spike down, but TSM are already knocking at the door.
But Sabrosa may have a really strong position here.
I think he's going to be aware of that too.
Oh no.
Sabrosa's going to go in for the challenge. He
Oh.
managed to get the flash off, but Psalm's there for the trade right away. Wardell, Cutler, they're going to be the last two left alive here to try and bring this one back. Cutler does manage to get a kill there against Psalm. Do have Def, who's hanging out in the back by side.
Def gets a nice hit there.
Give this team the lead. This will be huge for them, but as Wardell went for the swap of the weapon, Def was there to pick it up, holds it down, and now they're so close to wrapping this game up on TSM's map pick.
If TSM wins this round, I may cry. Not because I don't want TSM to win, but this really could have, like, okay, I'm going to be honest. So I've, as you'll have seen from the channel, I've recorded a lot of videos and made a lot of videos today. I'm a bit tired. It's midnight midnight, and I've got about 4 more hours at least worth of work to do. And this game may well have stretched to be the longest possible game it could have been, and I might cry about it.
Just stack of players. But moving into this very decisive round here.
Regardless, so GG's to both teams, whatever the outcome here.
They did have
A good show has been put on.
Right, so yeah, they have a buy, but they've got to make it count, because they will be broke. They're absolutely broke if they lose this round, and then that would be one more for Dig. So basically, TSM have to win this round, Alex.
But they have a lot of ults, though, right? Like, Hunter's Fury alone is something that can give them so much clear, give them opportunity to push into sight. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on Drone for sure, like what he ends up doing. Dig have to be careful, though, not to give up too much information early on here, or else that's going to give Drone this opportunity to be able to land this Hunter's Fury and pretty much end this run, and not end the run necessarily, but most importantly, it will bail them out of this risky buy. And Drone's waiting in the wings. He's going to go for this shot. There goes the Hunter's Fury. He pops it. Is he going to connect with anything? Saw managed to get the kill against Cutler, and he does get one kill there.
Quick trade off, just like that. But what happens because of it? That's the question.
Oh, shock dart, pesky shock dart there. They will have a heal in about 8 seconds, so look for Poise to pop that to give himself a fighting advantage here. Dignitas, they're going to be beaten up out of this one, DDK.
Absolutely. It's such a cool call from Dig to just send it C after sending it A previously. Again, stuff that we haven't seen them do it at all right in the dying moments of this first map. And here comes the retake attempt. Wardell and Sabrosa chiming in effectively to get a killer piece as they are marching forwards now. Doesn't look like they can be denied these 4 positions. Hayes picks up one as well. It's all going to fall down to Shax, but Wardell has his number. And it's looking like we're going into a tied game. It should be 11-11 here as this retake is closed down by TSM. Very effective.
GG's to TSM, by the way. I don't want to seem like I don't like TSM. I freaking love TSM and Dignitas, to be honest with you, at this point. They're both doing really well. GG's. GG's. G freaking G.
So we're really going blow for blow here into the final moments of this first map.
Truly, man.
What I think I might do is I might start to try and react and watch tournaments when I first wake up, because I'm about 8 hours into being awake right now, so.
Them that advantage to try and go into sight. Credit to him for going in and getting a pick right away. An early aggression running back here from Sabrosa.
And yesterday was a busy day. But Wardell is coming back with it. TSM may have this already. I mean, to be fair, I say that very early. That could not be the case, potentially.
This is a huge problem for Dig because they also have an ult disadvantage as well, but they do have one of the most powerful ultimates as far as initiation is concerned with the Hunter's Fury, so they're going to have to make it count here. It really needs to do something. Sam has to be on point with this one, so we can look to expect that. But Sabrosa holding on to Garage, he's so strong in these positions, and if it is a simple committed play into C and Def dies versus Sabrosa, I don't know what the prospects will look like for Dig. This can be very unfavorable, and there it is. A Hunter's Fury will come into play from Sam. He needs to get a kill.
Quick trade-off, but Dignitas, oh wow. This could not be closer.
They're still positioning here for TSM.
So they're going to get the spike. Def is so far in a garage. Hayes is going to be playing on top of wood. They know exactly where Def is going to be still. They're both going to need to swing this together, but Sam is not looking at the lumber. They did tag him. That was a huge kill. Now it's going to be up to Wardell in a 1v2.
Is Wardell going to be able to do this with the ult? No way. No way. Oh.
We're going match point. Dignitas. What a play out of them in Def. Def was the star of that round, getting that kill against Sabrosa in garage.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it, bro. If TSM wins this round, I don't think you can say either team is better than one or the other. Even now, I couldn't. It's if, like, you can't really say Dignitas is better than TSM or TSM is better than Dignitas. Like, it's so close. And the thing is, right, if TSM wins or if Dignitas wins, and like if either of them wins, basically, who's to say that if this didn't go on for another 5 rounds, that a different result would have happened? If that makes sense.
Like, there was just no clean angle for Hayes to be in, and I know Sabrosa's kicking himself for dying in the garage there, but now match point for Dignitas. This is huge, and none of us had predicted that this could possibly be the case, but Dignitas, after the shellacking that they took yesterday against Cloud9, are in a prime position to take Game 1 on TSM's map pick of Haven. But TSM, if there's one team that you can never count out of it, it is TSM. They have done this so many times in the past, coming out from within the jaws of defeat. Maybe this is going to be another one of those instances here. Some ults, though, online for Dignitas. Most importantly, that Resurrect, which can give them a bit of an advantage here in the late rounds.
Speaking of which, we have Poise actually clearing stuff by himself, which makes me very afraid, because I want that Res to stay alive into the late round.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of going out there lucky.
That's a good point.
Away from the entire
That's the most important ult
we'll see exactly
potentially here.
Lots of pressure from Dig towards the B side of towards the B site as well as Garage at the moment. So this can translate into anything. And now Poise has all this control of A long, that right now Dig have all of the options. Oh, well, does he? Oh, he's made a play right through the cloud burst, and Hayes
wow.
finds a pick towards the Garage, and that's gonna cue.
What's important here is whether or not, there we go, and that's what I was about to ask, is whether or not we're going to see a revive, because that's what we needed, or a res, sorry. But quickly Sabrosa puts it back, and again, and now we go 12-12, bro. This is ridiculous.
One of the day here at Pop Flash. Loser moves on. Winner goes into the playoffs. Some gets a kill, but now it's going to be boiling down to Superman here. Can he fly in the moment where they need him to? 77 HP, but he can't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to overtime.
Oh no, I felt so bad for Dig. They had
Oh my gosh.
such as this. They had way better guns. They had the Resurrect, which is a huge ultimate to have in a situation like that.
Round 25.
With worse guns to try to mitigate that by taking the initiative somewhere. But
This is
instead, TSM
crazy.
actually played really
I
passively
wasn't
towards the
expecting
entire round,
this.
and they made a mistake. They were sweating. They made a mistake, and TSM, they were ready to punish. And we've been going round for round for round for so long right now. As we're going into overtime, I hope
I've been
that continues
recording
for
for
a while.
almost an hour,
Everything else is
51
decent, and This
minutes.
is about to get really messy as we go into.
Not often do I do this. Normally it's like maybe what, half an hour, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes sometimes. We've been going for 51 minutes right now, and we're still not done. But a quick Shanks kill. Hayes wasn't ready at all for that.
Punishes him instantly. Walls up to just create further delay.
It's so awesome because they've punished Hayes from doing what Hayes was doing in regulation, where he was making the TP across, sometimes faking to Cubby, sometimes TPing to Cubby, and here's a setup that dealt with that. But the ice wall goes down, and you can see the problem here. They can get behind the ice wall, the whole team, and then they can contact through. So they get very close without much warning for the defenders. So Dig must be cautious of this.
But did you see that there? Wardell's bun actually popped out over the wall there. So the hairdo of Jet, who was enough to give Poise information, and he ended up
Oh my. But Poise is fine still. I think if anything, TSM is worried here.
He has no armor, barely any help. Poise with another kill.
I think TSM is slightly panicking.
So that was the kill on Wardell.
Understandably.
He wanted to get beforehand, so he did finally find the mark. Now though, it's going to be up to Def here on B. Camera's out, and he hears this too. So Def is just playing this one slowly. Sabrosa does manage to find one with that snipe there, but Def another kill. A cyber cage out too. He hugs the corner.
This is bad for TSM.
Into Drone here any second. He's going to see this. He's going to go for the swing, but Drone gets the kill. 3v2 now.
This is actually very problematic.
This is very close.
They realize this is actually so smart. Sabrosa can try to delay. He might be able to get a frag.
Oh.
With the curveball. Doesn't actually find the finishing blow there. That's very unfortunate. But here's the second chance, the second swing.
And that is it for... Oh my gosh.
As now Sabrosa's holding onto the rotation position, forcing them into spawn, and Drone's going to come out of the side possibly here as well, knowing that they surely have to be at least one within spawn. So really, Superman has a huge job to do coming from the A-long position.
Superman's going to be inside. He's doing his clearing. He's going to see him. He's going to see him. He manages to get it. He's going to play star cover.
Pardon me.
Shanks knows exactly where he's going to be. He goes inside. He tailwinds in. He's going to have the angle. But
at this point, I don't even know.
It is going to be the defenders that pick it up. Superman, what a play from him.
At this point, for all I knew, Sabrosa was going to bring that back. Okay, what's going to happen here? Is Dignitas finally going to get the last thing, or is TSM going to bounce back?
Would have been able to get the win there because it's sort of, I mean, it happened a little bit too late, but the pinging of where the spike was, I think inside the cloudburst there was an angle on it, so that actually could have gone very badly there for TSM. But that's an insane.
One thing at this point, neither team can trash talk each other because they both played almost the exact same. Not in terms of the exact same, but in terms of it's very close. And no one can really deny that.
What a game this has been so far. Now Dignitas are going to be on the attack. TSM are going to be on defense. This is how overtime works with one of the latest patches that came out with Valorant. We saw it a lot in the FaZe Invitational from TSM and Sentinels. It's kind of apropos that TSM find themselves in this situation. But how deep is the playbook for Dignitas on attack? What do they bring to the table that throws TSM off guard?
So we get a slower approach here, just going for the clears. We see that Jerome getting an info towards A-long, knowing that there's no TSM players on the A-long position.
This must be exhausting. I just thought about it. This must be exhausting for the players. Like, they've been, for the past hour, constantly on high alert. That must be exhausting.
And then they play retake into A. That's like what they're going for here. But Sabrosa gets caught by this dart, and that is pretty scary. He's going to be able to get rid of it. But again, he's bought so much time for his teammates. There comes the dark cover, and that's going to slow things down even more, and they will rely on Sabrosa to hold this down. Yeah,
another stall tactic there with the Molly, but unfortunately, Sabrosa will be...
I think Dignitas has this. I think Dignitas actually has this, potentially. This is good for Dignitas.
They're going to chop down this wall as soon as they possibly can. Bordel's going to take positioning over here on Heaven. As Def is going to be down low on the boxes right underneath, like toward that entranceway of hell. Shanks is looking for the mark here on top.
Oh, well, that will be it then. That will be it.
The 5v3 TSM, they have only one option for this retake. The paranoia is going to come through, but it doesn't connect with Superman, and that's going to do it. Dignitas take game 1 versus TSM. I can't
look at him.
Brand new Dig jersey there for Psalm.
Oh, what a game.
That's got to feel good for Dignitas. That's got to feel good for them. Well played to both teams. Well played. That was so good to watch. Legitimately, I can't believe that. Dignitas, like I said, TSM have had their time in Valorant Esports longer than some other teams, like Dignitas. I think Dignitas was only signed like a week or two ago. So to see how they're able to bounce back after TSM, I don't know, there's just so much happened there. That being said, this is going to take ages to upload because it's basically an hour video. And also I have other things to edit. I got to actually edit the Valorant Hub video for today as well. So I'm not going to waste any more time in here, but I really hope you enjoyed watching this with me. What were your thoughts on this game? I'm going to try and react to the other games that happened over the next 2 hours, it looks like, in this timeline. And I'm sure that's going to be really interesting to see. I will be reacting to that tomorrow though, because if anything like this, I can't do another hour-long reaction like this today at least, so that'll probably be tomorrow. Anyway, that being said, if this video was interesting or helpful or entertaining to you in any way, a like is always very much appreciated. Of course, hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with everything I'm posting. But with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm going to go edit a few things, upload a few things, and then crash into sleep. So with that being said, have a great day everyone. I'll see you in the next video.
I'm not gonna touch your face.